Hey everybody, the Demon Diva here. My little him-ha niggle, and I'm going to bring a new little segment to my little niece, it's going to be called the roast. The roast of the day. And it's nothing about food. Well, it is. It's quite corny, really. I mean, we all do our shopping and we all have our favourite supermarket, don't we? I mean, look, you guys, if you're in the United States or United Kingdom, you'd have your own little supermarket that you're used to. And of course, you don't seem to, once you're used to a supermarket, you don't seem to really go anywhere else, do you? I mean, it's like a drone, You go there, it's quick, it's easy. There's everything on the shelf, case ra, and it becomes quite boring and mundane. And every time you walk into that plaza or that supermarket, you're bound to see somebody you don't want, or, it's just a mundane thing in life that we have to do is the shopping, and of course we do. Now, here in Aussie, we have, there's three main supermarkets. There's Coles. Good old Coles has been around for over 100 years. Then there's Woolworths. Good old Woolworths. Now notice, Woolworths is in the middle. Now, and then we have Aldi's on the outer. Now, they're the three main supermarkets we've got, okay. Now, I was a Coles lover, simply because it was easy, it was convenient, it was in my area. And of course, when you have kids and, you're first starting out, and if you don't have a car and so forth, you seem to pick your community and your suburb, and you say, well, right, I can get to A or B or so forth quite easily, and it becomes that. And you don't see what's actually happening over the years. Is what you're actually doing is developing this mundane drone going to the same thing, like, Groundhog Day. You're going to do the same thing, where everything is, nothing changes. And with me, nothing changed all through the years, and I'd been shopping for Coles for over 30 years. Now, within the 30-year range when I was a kid with Coles, you could go and get ice cream. They had cafes, you could get ice cream, waffles and ice cream, cinnamon toast and that sort of thing, and, your bargains. And they were in all sorts of things, Coles, when they first started out. They sold plants, they sold everything from sheets, blankets, you got no idea. Coles was totally different to what it is now. So I grew up with that, thinking, I'm dedicated to Coles. And as you get older and you've got your kids and whatever else, and you've lived in the same suburb for whatever else and that, you think, oh, this is becoming quite boring. And with Coles, I found over the last, say, year, okay, that their products are disappearing on the shelf. Their own products, their own brand products seem to be disappearing. Their, shelves and what products they have on there is very limited. Most of the time they're out of stock, and their milk, their Coles milk, is never really available, especially the lactose milk, Coles brand, the $2 litre. That's in Aussie here. They had that, and you're always running out. And bread, well, talk about the bread. I mean, there's it's stale, virtually. You might get it that day and it's fresh, but the next day it's stale. Same as their donuts. Same as the selection of desserts. What selection, I say? There is no selection. There is nothing. I mean, there's not even real specials of reduced stock at the end of the day, like roast chickens. Do you know you can't go to Coles and there could be in the barbecue section where you go to get your roast chickens, and you've noticed one that's not looking too good, and you say, could you knock a $2 price off or something like that because they're $10? And they say, no, our policy is we can't do that. We'll never do that. We don't do that. So at the end of the day, that chook gets thrown out, or que sera, most probably thrown out. So I've noticed that. And also their little pasta salads, they used to have little snack sizes, you know, and that sort of thing. It's disappeared. Even with their potato salad, there's no taste. The pasta salad is incredible. It's out the window. There is no taste. It's like you're eating half raw macaroni, let alone what's in it would break your teeth if you had any. I don't. Bottoms I do. But that's not the point. And then you go to their meat selections and so forth. Their deli meats look like they're really dried out. They're not presented. Okay. And the barbecue chickens, when you get them, it's like, oh my God, you know, how long have they been sitting there? You know, and even their seafood selections and so forth, not well presented, no ice. It's not well presented. The fish's eyes are sunk in, let alone buy a lobster. Don't do that. I did that and got very sick. But things like that. Now let's move on to the meat selection. Do you know that Coles sell Scotch fillet steak and porterhouse steak and that sort of thing, their own brand, but do you know it's $8 per steak? Interesting, isn't it? There's no real specials on, no reductions, unless, it's, you know, the day it's got to expire. Somebody might think, oh, well, this meat, well, it's still good for a couple of more hours or the next day, so we're going to reduce it down. I've seen that a few times. Well, whoever does that in Coles, well, God bless your heart for the battlers out there that may need that little bit of a bargain, you know, reduced at the end of the day. So, and their whole entire, and I'm criticising Coles, because their whole entire way they're handling Coles, reducing stock, their shelves are shrinking to nothing. The products aren't there. Their hygiene isn't there. Their presentation to their vegetables, fruit section is something to be left to be desired. Okay, they don't sell fresh fruit, and when you do, you could buy a kilo, which I have, a kilo of apricots, peaches, plums. You think they're going to ripen? You got to be kidding. They don't ripen, and then if you bite into one, it's a sour. You know they have been put into the freezer well before time, so they don't have any care there. And I think that really, really stinks. Well, now, as you know, I put my finger up, the middle finger, not to be rude, but to Woolworths. Now, let's move along to Woolworths. Woolworths, amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I decided and I said to my family, I'm not going to Coles anymore. There's a Woolworths just down the road. A wonderful Woolworths. It's wonderful. When I drive in there, it's flat. Their presentation as you drive in there, you've got room to drive, you've got room to park, it's safe, it's one level, and I have a disability, and I suppose there's a lot of people out there that have disabilities, so they do think about people with disabilities too. Woolworths does. Now that's where it starts. As soon as you walk into this store, you go over to their vegetable selection and it's like amazing. Fantasyland, they've got little mist waters, the water mist, going over their vegetables, and the presentation is not just thrown in left, right and centre like Coles. They give presentation. You can see it. It's like a florist. It's absolutely beautiful. Now if you look at their fruit, you know, their containers of blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, grapes, all well presented, all fresh, all zinging. So, and price, absolutely amazing. Of course, they've got their notifications up stating what vegetables are dear because of what's happening with the farmers, and the farmers need help, and Woolworths is trying to do their bit. So they will state like cauliflowers and things like that that are dear, but with Coles they won't have them. You know, the things that are too dear, they won't afford. Well, sorry, customer, you're not getting it. Woolworths does not do that. They state it. They've got it. You don't have to buy it, but it's there, and they state. If it's too dear and you think, oh, I wouldn't buy that, well, okay. But you're given that benefit, that opportunity, and the presentation just draws you in. Let alone, now, let's move on to their bakery. Oh, my. People, oh, what a dream. They've got a bakery there, fresh bread. I brought bread, wholemeal bread, the other day, $2 a loaf. Oh, I was so excited for Sunday morning to have a piece of toast because it tasted fresh. You could smell it. It was fresh from their bakery. Absolutely divine. Okay, so, and I was paying close to $2 or over $2. No, and sometimes the Dira brand at Coles to find it was stale. There was nothing there, even their home brands, nothing to be left to desired. The Woolworths, oh, dreamy. And their presentation of their cakes, and they have all sorts. It just goes on, it's mind-boggling, okay. So that is the dessert section. Now, I also forgot, as I said, okay, with their vegetables and dessert section, there's their meat section. Blow your mind. Do you know that you can get a one pack with 2 steaks of Scotch fillet for $8 at Woolworths? It's amazing. There's no grittle in it. There's no fat. The presentation is absolutely beautiful. Big plump steaks. 2 in a pack for $8. Is that crazy? No, it's not. It's respect. And they have dignity, and they have the way they present their food is amazing. And they know what people want. Where Coles don't. Do you know you buy a Scotch fillet steak there, or porterhouse steak for 1 for $8. You buy 2 for $12. How crazy. And you get it home and it's all full of that gristle white fat. You can't eat it. You got to chuck it out. So what's the good of that? Woolworths, forget it. Go there. Their selections are amazing. Their steaks are amazing. Their lambs are amazing. They have packets, pre-packet meals made up. So all you really have to do is saying, I want crumb breast steak. They've got it all there with different coatings of crumbs on it. Amazing. Then you go over to the salad section and they've got endless salads already pre-made up. And I mean, they're in abundance, not like Coles. They're in abundance. I mean, you get value for your money at Woolworths there. And I mean, you know, and they got their little tubs of pasta salad and things like that for $2. I mean, a single person could feed themselves with, what, a steak, 2 steaks, $8. A pasta salad for $2. What, that's what, $8, $9, $10 for a person to have a good meal. I mean, my goodness. And at the end of the night, they do reduce their stock. They reduce their chickens from the original price down to $7.50. And they're beautiful. The next day you can cut it, put it on sandwiches, and it's just amazing. And you know what? You buy chicken from Coles and you sit it and it's got all that congel underneath the next day. Ugh. Well, Woolworths, forget it. They don't do that. You can sit it on the plate, the next day get it out. It's amazing. There's no gel. It's nothing. It's perfect. The meat is beautiful. And even if it's reduced down, and, you know, at the end of the day, and the one I brought, it was absolutely amazing. And I had it on sandwiches the next day. Absolutely amazing. So do yourself a favour. Go to Woolworths. Even their milk selection, their butter selection, their cheese selection, their toilet paper selection. Everything is there. Everything you desire is at Woolworths. And I advocate for Woolworths. I'm talking for Woolworths because I think they're worthwhile. They're unbelievable. They're not dear. If you could spend 3 hours in a Woolworths store and not get bored because they got endless specials. and they're clean. Everything's clean. People are working. People are courteous. People are there in the aisles working. You can actually walk up to somebody and find them there, and they'll direct you. They'll show you where the product is. You go to Coles, oh yeah, it's up there, in that aisle. You walk there, what? You can hardly find a person in the aisle working in Coles. I mean, what I found is wonderful, and also the checkouts. They've got regular, it's beautiful, you know, and you've got your self-checkouts, but that's maintained, that flows. There's not a line up like you do at Coles for people to get their little products out, you know, frustration at its best. But do yourself a favour, people, if you live in Australia, okay, and this is for Aussies mainly, but as I said, if you live in the UK or the States, you've got Walmart or whatever else and so forth, go ahead, get on board and try and find something better. Because, I mean, we all get stuck in our little mode, oh, we'll just go there because it's a lot easier, it's only down the street, you know, and then we never broaden our mind. And then we're robbed. We think, well, we just spent $100, maybe $200, but did we get much? No. Do you know you can get 3 kilos of brushed potatoes at Woolworths? No, 2 kilos, sorry, for $3. You can get their red onions for $2.50. I mean, it's $3.50 at Coles. And their value, you get some of their fruit home, their produce, and it's rotting, like cucumbers. You feel around the front of it, and it's all pushed in. A day later, and it's rotting with fungus. Woolworths doesn't do that. Their presentation, everything is there. So I say, do yourself a favour, Aussies. Go and check Woolworths out. They're full of specials. You'll be amazed. And it's a different way they treat you. It's a different atmosphere. And for people that do have disabilities and so forth, I live on the Central Coast. So, and I'm saying that if you want a good store and that and you live on the Central Coast here in New South Wales, go to Waldalba. They're a wonderful store. They'll treat you fantastic. So do yourself a favour. You can try Aldi's, try Coles, but here in Aussie, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying Woolworths. I am a Woolworths lover now, and I will say, and I will tell everybody, don't shop at Coles anymore. Woolworths is the way to go. But as I said, oh, and also there is IGA, that's a little battler here in Aussie, and they do have their specials as well. So I won't knock them or roast them, because I think that you can get a special at IGA at any old time of the day. So that's all I've got to say on the roasting of the day for what? Coles here in Aussie. You're not doing good. Your produce is something left to be desired. Your bread, the whole outfit, the whole layout of what Coles is about is no, not really for the customer anymore. It's just for this. Okay. Anyway, like, subscribe and comment. And if you want to comment and you do live in Oz and you go to Coles and that you find that, leave a comment. Love it. You know, that's what I'm here about. Anyway, my 4 codes, what are they? Respect, dignity, and honour and integrity to you. God bless. Take care. As I said, bye everybody. Bye.